Marc Jacobs has had a bit of a comeback these past few years. It was really popular when I was in high school, and that was quite a while ago. But then it really died down. But these new bags, where he's been putting literally the name of the bag on the front, seem to be doing really well. And I was quite happy with this bag. I saw it on sale for a good price, and I really wanted something mid tier that I could just really bang around and have a lot of stuff in. Let me review this bag for you. Just so you know, I added this chain and I feel like it really adds a little something to the bag that it needed. But I'll walk you through this whole bag, what fits, the measurements, what I think of it, what the wear and tear has been now that I've had this for over a year, and give you my review. If you're new here, my name is Lexi. If not, welcome back. My channel, I love to review designer and luxury handbags, clothing, other purchases like accessories, so that you can make a more informed decision on what would be an expensive item, or just learn a little bit more. I put out videos on Tuesday mornings, so please feel free to leave questions and comments below and let's have a chat. All right, so I bought the large Marc Jacobs tote bag in June of last year, so 2024. I've used it a bit. I don't think quite as much as I thought I would, but I have used it quite often, enough to say that I've really worn in the bag a bit more. And I think it was about 390 new. I did not pay that. I paid somewhere in the 200s. I think it went down as low as 175 at one point. So I paid in the 200s for this bag. It's more of a mid-tier designer bag. It's obviously made of polyester just because it is the mesh. I think the mesh is kind of fun just because it's on trend right now, but I don't know, it's kind of cool. For a while, I had all matching pink accessories. I generally have my matching Louis Vuitton accessories as well, but I've been adding a couple more bags and haven't bought any more yet because they are pricey. When I went to purchase this, I actually went to buy the white. And looking at the white, talking to the sales associate, and looking at the materials, I really felt that it was going to get yellowy and there was no way to reverse it. And I think there were other colors available, but at the time, Holt Renfrew only had the black or the white, and I did really quite like the bag. So let me first walk you through what's in my bag right now, so you can get an idea. I did not carry this around. This would be so heavy. But let's say you're going on a weekend trip and you want a little bit more of a carry-all, or you want to use this as a diaper bag, or you've got a couple kids and you need space for toys. I really want to give you an idea of what fits in this bag so you know kind of the max it can go to. Just keep in mind that the straps are also made of the mesh polyester. However, they are very nicely structured and sewn into the whole bag, so I don't think it's going to start peeling, but just something to keep in mind. First things, what's in my bag? I borrowed an iPad Pro. I have an iPad mini, which I think is a little bit better for running around, but if you use an iPad Pro as a laptop, easily fits in here. I have a Kindle. I have my sunglasses case. I think this is one of the larger iPad or the larger Lululemon pouches. Carries a bunch of stuff. If you use it like an overnight bag. My other Lululemon pouch, which has my keys, lipstick, that sort of thing in it. I have the world's heaviest power bank. However, it's so good. This is the Anchor one. It's something if I know I'm going to be out for the day, like going to the beach and reading my iPad or on the plane. So great, but very heavy. But it does fit. Headphones, another little pouch that's got like tissues and hand sanitizers, a grocery bag, like one of the reusable bags, a pencil kit that's got, like my Tide stick, a little thing of hair gel, mints. And then in the pouches here, I have my wallet. Again, love this wallet. It's so cool. The limited edition Pharrell release. Well, he is the men's designer, so they're all Pharrell releases, but he is the current designer for this 2025 fall release. I will link it above if you're interested in learning more about that. I also have my original key pouch. So this is the smaller size. It's the original one, and I use it for my gift cards. That's it. So let me tell you a bit more about the bag then. So we'll start with some measurements. So width is 13 inches. Height, not including straps, is 10 inches. And the width at the base is 6 inches. So it's a pretty large bag. It is the large tote. comes with a removable strap. It is adjustable. This is more of a jacquard strap style. So it is a fabric very akin to like a luggage material. It's nice and wide, which makes it a lot more comfortable. You could make this like a long shoulder height or a crossbody height. So this half of the strap is not adjustable. So you've got these few inches here. And then this end of the strap is adjustable. So you can see this is the shortest it can go, right? So this is a shoulder height. It's not a crazy comfortable kind of tuck under the arm shoulder height, but it is shoulder length. It is removable on both sides with the lobster clasps. There's some nice detailing on the hardware here. You probably can't see, it's too far away, but it says Marc Jacobs. So again, really nice strap. I purchased this silver chain, I think on Etsy, maybe Amazon, one of the two. It was like, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks Canadian. And really nice. Again, it's got these clasps on either end. You could use it, I have, as just a shoulder strap because it's the right height. But I really like keeping it draped out front. I think that adds that little extra to the bag that it needs. Kind of gives it a little bit more of a punk rock look, as dorky as that sounds. But we will take that off. In case you were looking to get a strap and you liked the length of this, let me give you an idea. So from end to end, this strap is 27 inches. So it's pretty much as long as you could go if you wanted it to drape in front. But again, highly recommend. Super cute, really happy with it. It adds that little extra from it being a bit more plain. So I'll go through all the details on this bag and then let you know how it's worn. This bag could fold to nothing, right? It can fold up, which is really great, especially if you want to travel and you want to bring a larger purse with you in the bag. It's a great option. So it says the tote bag, Marc Jacobs, on the front. This is stitched and it's very bubbly. This Marc Jacobs is pressed on. There's no peeling. It looks really nice. Even the stitching on the bag, I guess I might as well do wear and tear as we go through this. It looks great. There is no feet on the bottom. Not something I'd expect from this level of bag, but it is leather bottom. I'm not quite sure actually if it's genuine leather. So I think it's all fake leather or faux leather, vegan leather, whatever way you want to market it. And the trim is that as well. On the back, it's got the Marc Jacobs style, the tote bag, location NYC, year 1984. It's got two top handles. You could really do crook of the arm. You can carry it. It's really not going to fit comfortably under the shoulder. It's too small. And these are made of the same material as the rest of the mesh. This is not leather. And I believe that's because it continues the mesh all around. So the strap really the straps sewn on are these two panels. So I'm not worried about how sturdy it'll be. If it's going to peel anywhere, it'll be from the back. But I haven't had that. And when I'm using this bag, I've generally got a ton of stuff in it, including like a liter water bottle. There's obviously the silver D-rings, so all the hardware is silver D-rings on the inside for you to clip the straps onto. There is a zipper. This was something I really liked. There is a zipper top. The zipper is actually really nice for being plastic. Feels really good. Not a lot of details to it. It's got this extra length so it can zip up and open the full way with the rest of the purse. It doesn't totally seal the bottom. So as you can see here, there's a hole on either side here. So if you wanted to be able to grab your water bottle or whatever, you could do it. But it's not if you tip this upside down, a bunch of stuff is falling out. There is a strap on the side here. I'm sure there's such a clever reason for this, but I don't think it's for luggage because it's the side. It might be to just clip things onto. Not sure. If you know, hit me in the comments below. I'd love to find out. I'm sure there's a good reason. But there's only one side that has that. Also on the inside, there's no lining. Obviously, it's mesh. It's see-through. So if I were to pull out this, it's see-through. This does not detach, by the way. This feels like polyurethane. Am I thinking of the right word? But basically feels like a wetsuit kind of material. Really non-breathable, but does its job. So there's nothing on the back of it. It says Marc Jacobs on here for privacy. So this is kind of nice. I think it's added so that for the things you don't necessarily want everyone to see. So there's two pockets. That's something I'd probably slide like my phone and my wallet into, something that I'm always going to be wanting to reach for. And it looks like I have a bunch of stuff in this pocket. I have like some wipes, some Kleenex, some feminine hygiene. It's a pretty generous, large pocket. Again, great zipper. So wear and tear. The only comment I have on this bag, and it is my fault, and so I'm glad you're watching this video, so don't do what I did. And I was lazy because, I'm much more fussy with my designer bags. I was lazy and I kept the chain, the heavy chain when it's not full, as well as the strap hooked onto the D-rings. And so it's kind of just made this a little bit more saggy, but a little bit warped because it was kind of rolled forward a little bit. Even at that, it's not like there's a major issue with it or anything. Just take note that take care of your bags and don't be me, even when it's just a Marc Jacobs. Lettering, there's no issues with it. I don't see any kind of threading coming off. Maybe just slightly on the backs, but it doesn't look like it's going to come off. It just looks like I've rubbed it a bit. I'm not worried about the quality there. Yeah, really not a lot of wear and tear. Again, why I bought this bag, I wanted something a little bit more rough and tumble. I think that the mesh makes it a little bit more summery despite it being black. So it's something I can pull off in summer when I want to. But then again, a really nice fall and winter bag. Just think about the fact that it's mesh. So if it's raining outside, all your contents will be wet, right? If it's snowing outside, your contents will get wet. So that's one thing that I will kind of warn you with the mesh. But as far as the price for the quality, I think these are really nice bags. I'm not 100% into the style, but I felt that the casual nature of the mesh with the casual lettering was something I could pair. I don't know that I would be a big fan of the leather, which is just, my personal taste. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not something I would personally reach for. But I do like the mesh with the lettering. It's not going to be something you're going to be using every day, all the time, just because it's, again, with the mesh makes it a little bit trickier. People can also see your contents, but I'm fortunate that I don't live in a city where the security risk of that is a big concern, or, I'm bothered about it because I obviously just keep everything in little bags because I can't stand stuff running amok in the bag. All right, so this has been my review of the Marc Jacobs large tote. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I would really like to hear what you think about mesh bags. Are you going to stay far away from mesh, or do you think it's a cool way to pull in this trend and you're interested in getting a mesh bag? I know some brands are really doing it, and I think they can be quite stylish. With a tote, you can really see everything. So let me know in the comments below. Join me next Tuesday for my next video, and if you haven't already seen it, I have some more up here for you. Thanks!